So if we're gonna make a drink that, basically tastes like the Weeknd, that's Jenna Ortega. What the hell are we doing here? Don't get me wrong, some guys want to be tied up, just maybe not tied up and then killed. We know, of course, the Weeknd has his album "Hurry Up Tomorrow" that's already come out. I've listened to it. I've enjoyed it. I very much like it. I like the Weeknd. But now I saw on IMDb and I saw other couple places that there's possibly like this is the soundtrack to a movie. Now I'm not sure what's going on here. Is the Weeknd getting into movies? Like the Weeknd is doing a movie? I don't know. Like I can't see a world where he is the main character of his own movie, but I have found what I believe is the trailer to this movie, and we're gonna go ahead and watch it. We're gonna see what we think of it. We're gonna get my reaction. Upside Down City. There he is. See, this is like a music video to me. That's Jenna Ortega. What the hell are we doing here? And that's Barry Keoghan. What? These are some big names. I feel like, what are we doing here? So it's kind of his life. So he's still a big badass star. Jenna Ortega. She is on my list of top 5.
I'm really sorry about this. I really am.
Oh, she's got him tied up. Oh. What's happening here? So much partying. Oh. That scared me. Whoa. They keep using his real name and it's throwing me off. What is that? I'm still not 100% sure what I just watched there. Let's make us a drink and talk about this. So if we're going to make a drink that, basically tastes like the Weeknd or embodies the singer, which is the Weeknd, it's going to have to be rich, it's going to have to be bold, it's going to have kind of that party feel to it. So I got a couple ideas. Ice into our shaker. We're going to go 2 ounces of rum just for that smooth, rich flavor that we're going to get from the Weeknd. My next thought was something that was super bright and vibrant and, just kind of flashy. But then I was thinking like, if I want to stay up all night, I'm going to need some coffee. So we kind of need that after hours feel to it. So just a little bit of, we're going to go with a little bit of coffee liqueur here. So half an ounce of coffee liqueur. I'm going with Kahlua. Maybe not 100% necessary, but because he is Canadian, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in half an ounce of maple syrup. And for anybody who's saying that's not real maple syrup, use your imagination. And throw some bitters in there to give it that little spark that he has and brings to the stage. Nope. And here we have our Weeknd cocktail. We're going to call it the after hours just because the dude likes to party. And honestly, if we're going to drink with him, we're probably going to need to be up all night. That is extremely rich. Honestly, with that syrup and that coffee liqueur, this is what an old fashioned would taste like if you were drinking with somebody who didn't like to drink old fashions. It's basically like it's a kiddie version to me. It's just so sweet and rich, and I could drink a few of these, but honestly, maybe after the second one, I'd start getting gut rot. So I'm not 100% sure that was even a movie. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around what I just watched. There's a couple things that stick out to me. One of the things is that the story looks like if it is a movie, it's based around his actual life and his career and his partying and just his extensive fantastical lifestyle. I don't know. Like, it just looks like what his life would look like if you just turned on a camera and followed him around all day. What's throwing me is that you have big name actors like Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan in this. And like at first, like the shell shock of seeing their faces, I was just like, oh my God, this is a movie. Like, this is an actual like production. And there's gonna be a bunch of like there's gonna be a story and a plot and probably a twist somewhere along the end. But then as I'm watching it, I'm starting to realize like they don't look at any other characters. Like, it's just those three. It's those three people. You don't see anybody else really, or at least they don't highlight anybody else. So it's making me wonder, like, okay, is this an actual movie, or is this like a Fantasia 2000 where, it's a movie, but it's also like a musical. It's just it's an experience. I don't know. But then it looked like to be some sort of a plot line, because there's a scene where Jenna Ortega's got him tied up to the bed, and it reminds me of that movie with Kathy Bates. Oh God, I'm blanking on it right now. Misery. And that where she's got him tied up, but she's in love with him, and so that she wants to keep him there forever. That's kind of what this was giving me vibes of. Don't get me wrong, some guys want to be tied up, just maybe not tied up and then killed. I think it also kept throwing me because the whole time it keeps saying starring Abel Tesfaye, and you realize, oh yes, I forgot, his name is not The Weeknd, because that would be absolute lunacy. And if the whole goal is just to get me talking about his album, and that's exactly what this was to do, is just to promote his album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, he's done a fantastic job, because now I'm just like, in my mind, I'm thinking, do I need to start preparing for this movie? Is this something I'm going to go see in theaters, or is this just, did I get bamboozled here? And I would absolutely love to see a movie with The Weeknd, Jenna Ortega, and Barry Keoghan all in it, in some sort of a plot line where the world just fucking burns down, and it's some sort of an musical odyssey that we have no idea which way it's going, and at the end everyone just disappears into stardust because you can't feel your face at night. I have no idea what I just said there. I think I just got caught up in the fact that I'm talking about The Weeknd being in a movie, and I just kind of combined all of his lyrics together to ramble on about bullshit. The Weeknd on the big screen, bring it. Let's go ahead and expand that horizon a little bit. If you guys got any other TV or movie shows where like big name musical performers are kind of stepping out of their medium and jumping onto the silver screen, like, let me know. I'd love to see it. I'd love to kind of get your take and get your reaction on it. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the take.